What's up, fellas? What's up, everyone? Hello, hello. It's a little different for me to stream. The reason why I'm still sick. You can see my voice is gone. Still not feeling the air in Hawaii, man. So I'm not feeling the greatest. I mean, like I am physically all right. It's just this and above is not right. So I'm gonna have another lighter session. Just go through the motions. You know, touch the bar. Ms. 528, thanks, man. Thank you. Touch the bar, warm up, take you guys along with me live. Why not? But yeah, at this point, like I feel like I could go hard. It's just, this is not right. So better take it easy today and just work on technique, work on getting good positions and warm up the hips a little bit, and that's it. I was gonna do this anyway. Sit here, you can't even see this. This is what I'm doing when I'm talking to you guys. Yes. So I'll be doing this as I'm talking to you guys. This one, just sitting cross-legged. This is great. This is hip internal rotation. So this, the opposite side to this, which is this. And you can see the right one wants to tip me over a bit. That's much worse. There you go. And then I'll be doing this. And just lying in that position. Oh God, what am I doing here? Lying in that position and trying to, so lying flat like that, instead of collapsing, trying to extend my lower back, kind of like I'm in an ATG position. So trying to fight that butt wink in a way while sitting. So this is a squatting position. This is just lazy, not doing anything. Squatting position, and just kind of work through those in between the sets of squats. That's kind of what I did yesterday. That's what I'm planning to do today as well. Yeah, internal rotation, man. Like, I'm shocking. Here, let me show you my internal rotation. One sec. Where are we? Can you see that? I'll go back a bit more. Where's the cameraman when you need one, huh? Alright, so here you go. So hip internal rotation. I should be doing more of this. Everyone should be doing more of this. So this is your test for it. Do you need to do it or not? You're gonna find out soon. Sit. It's kind of like almost 90 degrees, although it's, you know, a bit higher than 90 degrees. You sit like this. I'll straight on with you guys. We're gonna test this one, lift it up a little bit and swing it outside. Ideally, this should be at 45. Look how deficient I'm in it. What about this one? So on days where you have really bad hip mobility, squatting ability, if you go into this position and you test rotation, it's crap, well then you probably know why you're feeling crap. You've lost your internal rotation for the day for whatever reason. Now, historically speaking, I've been quite good in the external rotation. Plenty of external, getting rid of chairs, sitting on the ground, not like this position, because, so why should you sit like this? Sit like, you know, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm stiff as it is because I'm sick and whatever, but that's kind of what you want to be doing. And that's all I'm going to do today, essentially. I'll be going to the bar. I'll try and do like, I don't know, 5-10 sets with the bar, and then quickly run up to a heavy single, and that's the session. So I'll take you guys with me. So that's 2 sets already. 2 sets already, man. Can you believe it? And it's more than what a lot of people are gonna do today, right? Okay, if you had a monster session yesterday, you can do this today. When's the 220 attempt coming? Hopefully soon, man. I mean, I've not back squatted now for probably 3 weeks. I never planned to do it that way. But I went back to front squats and I found all of that back squatting that I did seemed to have done nothing for my front squat. So then I started kind of, while I was deloading the back squat and the deadlift, I started doing lots of rows, and in the background kind of thinking about, okay, so why is front squat feeling so bad? And then I connected the front squats are back exercise, and I talked a few times about that. And the rows fatigue the upper back, obviously, and the upper back is extremely involved in the front squat. So I figure with Greg Knuckles' idea with the upper back importance in the back squat, what he talks about in that article, I've spoken about that. You put that into the mix and you realize that upper back strength, mid-thoracic back, is very, very important for squats. And so that's where I'm at right now. So I'll give it another few weeks, I think, with front squats. When front squats feel really good to me, this is the thing, man. When front squats feel really, really good to me, I'm probably ready to do something with the back squat. But when back squats feel really, really good to me, front squats might not feel good. In fact, they don't. So it's kind of like when you're sitting there and thinking about that, you're like, well, most of the time I should be spent on front squats. For me. Because it does everything, man. It freaking does everything. So that's the thinking behind that. All right, let's do another set. Well, that's an interesting idea with the towel there, Victor. Haven't tried that before. Hey Blake. Any book recommendations? What have you been reading up on? Recently, I haven't been reading anything. No reading done in recent times. When I like in the past when I've had time to read, I've read things like autobiographies from all sorts of places. You know, like I think the last book that I read was on. God, my mind. Not Dalai Lama. What's his name? The Indian fella, Gandhi. I read a fat book actually on Gandhi and his life and where he went and how he fought for rights, equality, all that sort of stuff that he fought for. That was interesting. I mean, Gandhi, if you don't know about Gandhi, I mean, you don't have to read, you can definitely look him up. He was a very, very unique man. I don't think history's gonna see a man like that for a long time. That was the last book that I read. Before that, I read on Nelson Mandela. Before that, I reckon I read a book on Hiroshima. Yeah, I can't remember going back now. I think those are the 3 last books that I read. So I read all sorts. History, I like history, man. Hey, fellas, why? Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, I haven't read about that. I wish I had more time to read. Like, life is so busy now, man. Like, I remember a time where I had, like, free time to myself. Now it's like, go to work, come home, do the family thing, train, upload the video, and then after that, I feel like I don't have much else time. And also, like, when you have young kids, it's like, I don't know, you don't have a lot of quiet time. Like, even when I used to read, I didn't like to read in, noisy places or whatever, like when people are doing stuff around. Like, I always liked peace and quiet. Pozdrav Ivane, kako je? So even then, like, when you sit down to read, it's like you can't even concentrate. You read a page and I'm like, well, would I read that? I have to read that again. So it's not even worth it anymore for me. Are we in the end times? Oh man. Yeah, only quiet time is at night, yeah, but it feels like we are in the end times, man. I feel like every generation feels like it's it. Like, if you think back, if you lived during the Cold War era, I'm pretty sure the people back then used to think, oh man, it's gonna end. There's gonna be fireworks tonight. And then COVID, like at the start of COVID, people were like, holy shit, this is it. Changing world order, definitely, man, with all the changes that have been happening financially. Sounds like China, Russia, and the BRICS nations are taking over. And if you know anything about history, I don't know. There hasn't been too many empires to go away quietly, and that's the concern. Ivan Djuric's how to fix knee clicking when squatting. I don't think knee clicking is all that concerning, to be honest with you, man. Unless you have pain. If you've got pain, then something is wrong. But my knees have always clicked, and I've squatted, as you can see now, freaking every day for 3 years. and I haven't had trouble. They click, so what? Never had pain at all. So I find if I do things like this, like 10 sets of 10 with an empty bar, the clicking subsides greatly. But a lot of times I don't do this, and I'm silly for that. I just jump into one set of 10 with the bar, 60, 100, 120, 140, 160 on the front squat, and I call it a day. So it's like less than 50 freaking reps, which is not good. But when you start doing like 10 sets of 10 with the bar, all of a sudden there's volume. And if I've learned anything, even freaking bodyweight squats are beneficial. Really, really beneficial. So it's just about, it's not about the load, it's just about getting your body through a minimum amount of volume. And the volume doesn't really mean you need to be at 60 or 50%, at 0%. Just get the volume in. And then after that, you can kind of talk about intensity or whatever, skill accumulation and practice accumulation. But just simply doing, or like what I'm doing right now, just with the bar, it means so much, man. Your body feels amazing afterwards. The only trouble with doing so many sets is you lose count. I think that's 6, but I don't know, it's probably 5, so I'll leave it at 5. And I'll count up from there. I'm going to train my forearm soon, man. Leg curls do help with clicking, definitely. I've realized that as well. Which is why a lot of guys do hamstring curls before squatting. I think when you do that, you're less stronger, but definitely you're more warmed up. But this is the thing, like, this is the funny thing. Like, people will do like 5 sets of 10, 20 on a hamstring curl machine, and then they're like, knees are better when you do that. Okay, I get you. But you've done 100 freaking reps with a knee flexion extension exercise. If you do half of that, just bodyweight squats, you'll get the same thing. So I'm not sure it's the volume in the hamstring curl machine that's the magic. Rather than, I think it's just the volume per se. Just bend your knees whichever way you want for 50 reps, 100 reps, like a 10 by 10 is good. So I don't think it's the hamstring curl machine per se, it's the actual volume. So you can do volume any which way. Even if you do 100 reps of lunges, your knees are not gonna click. 100 reps with anything, any motion like that, you're gonna feel better. It's just warm up. It's so funny, man, but a lot of us don't warm up properly, and I'm number one guilty person, definitely. Oh man. So what I'm finding, stretching like this in between the sets, I feel like my lower back's lit up now, even with an empty bar. Brian says, hey Vine, what do you think of really deep low bar squats? I know you prefer high bar since it looks better, but I just want to know your opinion. I don't know if, I don't even know if deep low bar squats are, number one, possible, and number two, good for you. Cause just, I mean, I'm not a low bar squatter, so I'm just talking completely out of my mind here. But when you have a bar low, you automatically kind of have to like sit back. And sitting back and sitting down, like, I don't know, I feel like if you went beyond a certain, like much more lower than parallel, you would start to introduce a bit of a butt wink. I don't know if that's a smart idea, if you know what I mean. Like, I think if you want to go deep squats, I think putting the bar higher up in the back is the way to go. But you can try. It depends how low your low bar is, if you know what I mean. I mean, some guys, man, like, damn. Some bars have the freaking back. Some guys have the bar in the back, like here, like halfway down the back. Okay, you're gonna lift more, but I don't know what that is. It's like a monstrosity of a squat. I think I've done 6. Let's do the 7th. Okay, when you're real delts, maybe it's possible. Just be careful with your back. Like if you can maintain low back tension and flatness, then you're good to go. But I still think you won't be able to reach the full depth compared to a high bar. It's just easier with high bar. I'll get back to you, man. Give me a sec. Oof. I think that's 7. Now, what did Brian say? I'll do ATG with low bar though. I find it more comfortable since my torso is really long. Your torso is really long. If your torso is really long, that means you have short legs, right? Because if you had long torso, long legs, then you don't have a long torso, because the torso to leg is what we call long or short. So Lou has a long torso, Tian Tao has a long torso, every Asian guy basically has a long torso, and they're built for squatting. So even if you put your bar on the upper back, you'll be good. You'll be really, really good. The trouble is with short torso, long legs, like long femurs, these guys struggle with squatting. Like I'm on that spectrum somewhere. My legs are long, shorter torso, and it's really hard for me to squat. But if you've got a long torso and short legs, squatting every which way is going to be okay for you. You know what I mean? Long femurs too. So if your femurs are long too, then you don't really have a long torso. You're just normal, you're just proportional. If you know what I mean, right? Because if everything is long, then everything is 1. It's not 0.5 or whatever, you know what I mean? It's just neutral. Oh man. Where are we? Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah. It's all about ratios. Oh yeah, so if you're talking about your tibia, and there's also that as well, like short tibia, long femur is really the trouble there, right? Like if you can imagine a really short tibia and a really long femur, you know, you're gonna find it hard to squat. But really those things are not as hard to overcome as the really long torso and short legs overall is the prototypical. But when you do see somebody that's really, really, really tall and they squat effortlessly, then the next thing to think about is, okay, Number one, what's the ratio upper body to lower body, but also the lower body, the tibia to femur. That's another little thing to look into. We're all different sizes. The moral of the story, we can all squat. You just have to find something that works for you. And if you see like your favorite lifter squat in a certain way, don't be so hung over, oh, I need to squat like that. You need to find somebody with your proportions similar to you, then look up to them and see how they position themselves. We're all different. We're all different. So that's why it's like, when I first saw Lou squat, I was like, my man, that's what I want. Took me a little while, but I realized no matter what I do, I won't be able to squat like that. Your third leg. I think that's enough stretching, man. My lower back is lit. Yeah, Jose, I've never really done low bar. A lot of people tell me that if I did low bar, X number would be possible on the squat, but for me, it's all just, I do what makes sense to me in my mind. Low bar, I don't know. Number one, it's not gonna be fun for me. That's not something that I looked up to. Like, you know, if you grow up playing basketball and that's not going well for you, right? Let's say, and somebody says, "Oh, dude, if you play this sport, you'd be killing it." It's not just about playing a sport; it's playing what I want to play. It's more difficult. Fine, I want to play that. So that's kind of how I feel about front squat, high bar squats. That's kind of what I want, even though it's tough and you know whatever. I'll stick with it. Murdoch, love your dedication, Ivan. Really inspiring to make me want to put in work. Murdoch, man, there's one thing I know in life. Without work, it doesn't matter how much you love something, you need to put the work in. For me, I know this seems like work. I want to do this, man. You know, like it's relaxation to me. It's like I'm releasing this energy away from me. I'm happy, I'm content. I don't know, man. You know, my relationship with this stuff is maybe different to a lot of people. Like to me, this is not, I need to do this, otherwise bad Van. No, man, like I want to do this. Like playing video games. Like, do you know how many hours I put into Skyrim? I keep talking about this damn game. Man, I put in thousands of hours in Skyrim. Thousands. Did somebody have a gun to my head? No. I love this shit. Get your guy, run around, do whatever you want. Like, it's cool, man. This is cool. When I'm doing this, I'm thinking about Clocko, I'm thinking about Lou, I'm thinking about all these guys, powerful guys. I'm thinking about the rugby guys that I've seen, like, fucking pulling weight up off the ground like crazy. Hell yeah, that's so cool, man. I want to work towards that. Will I get there? I don't know. All right, let's get another set in, huh? Let's get another set. I reckon this next one is 9. So that's 9 sets of the bar, right? Pretty good for a day off. Jedan, leva. Pozdrav Ivane. Pozdrav Vicebicare. Please, can you answer my question, Ivan? My brother. What was the question, dude? I'm struggling with the screen. What was the question, dude? Just copy paste it. I'll see it again. What is natural peak strength for natty lifter genetic freak? Natty lifter genetic freak. Man. If you remove the freak bit out of your question, maybe that's answerable. But when you put freak in there, I don't know, man. World records. There's freaks out there, dude. There are freaks out there. Trust me. I'll play with some freaks, play basketball with some freaks who skinny as hell, nothing on them, 40-inch vertical, flying through the air. What is that? That's a freak, man. He didn't work for that. He's just born like that. So if you put that into powerlifting, I'm sure there's guys who just walk in and on the second day they pull 200. I'm sure. There's guys like that, man. Very early on you realize if you're a freak in something or you're not. I'm not a freak. So it's hard to tell, dude. This freak spectrum is huge. How often do you have a stretching session? So stretching for me, Jack, is inconsistent. I'm guilty of that. On days like this when I'm not feeling the best, I'm showing you everything here, but there's a lot of days where I kind of do this. Stretch in the house, stretch around the house, blah, blah, blah. Then I come out here and I do this. A lot of the videos I put up one set of the bar and a lot of guys think, oh, this is the end. No, it's not. Most training sessions I don't show you everything. So a lot of times I end up doing, quite a few sets of the bar. On bad days, I try my best to kind of warm up. And on those days when I don't feel strong, I tend to stretch more. I've never had any knee problems, man. Never. That's one thing. My knees have never felt stronger. Really good knees. what did I miss? Oh, I haven't had much slipping from the shoes. I mean, I don't ask much from them. I haven't had any slips or trips or anything like that. They're very comfortable. I feel like I'm not wearing anything anyway. That's kind of like the overarching feeling that I have with them. It's like bare feet. Except it gives you protection, like if you step on a rock outside or something, you know? You don't get hurt. So it kind of gives you that nice little blend of not wearing anything and having some protection. So I like it. I haven't had trouble with it. In fact, I've told people it's really hard imagining me going back to a different type shoe. Like, this is amazing. Exactly what I thought shoes should be. You know, heaps of space, but supportive at the same time, protective. It's nice, man. Definitely recommend it. The really cool thing about these lives, man, is there's a timer on there. And I get to see really what's going on, how much time I'm using. No, that's 140 now. Yeah, this is the next one's 140. Oh, Michael Long. Thank you so much for the support, dude. Really means a lot for me to see that, man. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. What have I done? What have I done? Thank you, Michael. I don't know what I've done. I clicked on your thing. I think I've deleted your message, unfortunately. I'm just hitting the screen at random here. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Oh, Matt, I can't agree with you more, man. This is heaven for me. I mean, this is literally heaven for me. Sasha Lazić, pozdrav, brate, kako je? Hello from Adelaide. Oh, Raven, you're from, are you from Adelaide, Raven? From the hills? Sweet, man. Yeah, but I was saying, this for me is like, this is me being happy. Oh, Djuric. What's that? Oh, sick. Adelaide Hills. Oh, wow, there's so many of us here. That's cool. Respect, hear those legs are hard, man. Tamara. Ciao, ciao. Kako si? You've been following since day 100. I've learned a lot from your experience and tried some of it. My only lifting progress. Cheese from Norway. Ex-youth. Ah, super. Pozdrav, pozdrav. Thank you so much for that, man. You're doing Ollie lifts. Man, I really have to get into some Aussie Ollie lifts. Why don't you have any music? Let me hit 140 and answer that. Why don't I listen to music? I used to. Then I read a book called Squat Every Day by Matt Perryman. If you haven't read it, read it. It's a good book. In there, he talks about all sorts of things. One thing that he touches on is arousal. Every training session has a curve, has a natural, let's say, length for recovery. What scientists have worked out is that mental arousal level, whether it be through ammonia, through music, through somebody giving you a slap on the face, all that sort of stuff, that excited level, extra excitement, provides a bigger portion of the recovery than the physical. So the mental aspect of our training does more to our recovery points than the physical. So if you train calm, almost like a meditative kind of way, just you and your thoughts, clackety, clackety, clackety with the plates, maybe some birds in the background, you will be able to come and recover quicker and hit the training session again. So in high frequency workouts, in training programs, this is a must because it's all about recovery. You know, you want to come back the next day fresh. If I'm listening to some hardcore shit, you know, headbutting the wall and then doing my squat, I'm not going to be in shape tomorrow to do it again. So you don't want to get excited when you train, and that's what I do. And I think this is one of the reasons why when I go to the gym, all of my lifts are better because there's people around, there's eyes on me, there's music blaring, I'm feeling good about myself, the legs feel lighter for whatever reason. The bar's bendier, I'm on a platform, so lots of different things are kind of helping me. The platform kind of bounces a little bit, the bar bounces a little bit. This is concrete, stiff bar, heavy ass plates, and I don't feel good, I don't have stimulation, and so my performance at home is always worse, always, always. So this is 160 now. This will likely be it for today, I think. Just judging by how I feel in my hips, legs. I reckon that's it. God, I feel weak today. It's funny how even the slightest infection of the nose or whatever, it's the throat, just you don't feel you don't feel the best. Yeah, chilling out over here, definitely. I've got 2 jumpers on, 1, 2. I mean, I'm feeling under the weather anyway. Now, one other thing that I've kind of realized that I'll do today is that, you know, back in the day, man, I used to like do this, work up to a single or whatever, and take the plates off, write in my journal, head into the house, shower, and that's it. But I think over the years I've learned that you want to end the session on a good note, as in like a light blood perfusion volume note. Like I'll go back to the bar now and do a couple more sets. I think that's important. Cool down, right? So back in the day, like for biology, for PE, like, you know, in year 10, 11, 12, whatever, you learned that it's very important to warm up and it's very important to cool down. And I remember listening to that and thinking to myself, well, that's a load of crap. I don't need to warm up. I'm freaking 12 years old. I could go from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, get out of bed, full sprint. If I was to get out of bed tomorrow morning, go into full sprint, I'll do my Achilles, I'll do my freaking hip flexors, my back, everything would snap. So as you kind of go on with your lifting, it becomes more and more important that you warm up properly. You don't have to do 10 sets of 10 with the freaking bar, but today I kind of feel like I need to do that. It's colder weather, I'm feeling under the weather, you know, all that kind of stuff. So 10 by 10 with the bar, work up to 160, strip the weight off, come back to the bar and do a couple more sets. And you feel good. I don't know, it's almost like a warm up for the next session when you cool down. Couple more sets and Bob's your uncle. Yeah, man, keep working on it, Jose. You'll get there. Like, my wrists were never this good, but eventually you get to a point where you can handle it. This is where I believe high frequency is a must. Front squat every day. Front squat every single day, man. Every day. When I mean, I just do the bar. Bah, bah, bah. Shooting free throws in basketball. Every day. Every day. And eventually your body takes the form of whatever you're doing. And then you're good. Soul Boy 60. How you going, man? Lemon lime squeeze. Yeah, man. 220. I cannot wait. Yeah, Jose, I believe you can. I think everyone can. It's just repetitive exposure and you'll get there. You don't have to change your workout majorly. Just every day practice your thing, man. Every day. Don't work out, train it. There's a difference. Free throws. You can't play a basketball game every single day, match every day. But you can shoot your free throws. That's all it is. Of this new generation of French powerlifters who make some good morning squat. I don't know too many powerlifting Frenchmen. I know that one guy with the sumo deadlift that rips like crazy. Other than that, I don't know too many other guys, man. Front squat is awesome. Looking forward to it. I had an eye operation yesterday, so no lifting for a month. Oh, damn. Hope everything went well, man. Yeah, take it easy. If you've had operations and all that kind of health stuff, man, that's number one. Take care of that business first and then get back into it. Danny, Nabel, I messed up my shoulder bad, went bouldering and I didn't feel anything. Woke up today with some weird pain in my left shoulder. Damn. Actually, there's a guy at work, one of the nurse practitioners. He's like a proper freaking rock climber, man. Like, he's traveled all over the world, like, doing this stuff. He's really good. And just the other day, he was like, Ivan, man, I'm organizing a few people to go bouldering. I think he said bouldering. Do you want to do it? I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do all sorts of different things, but I'm always in the back of my mind like, what if I do my shoulder? What if I do something? You know, like, if you've got a goal that you want to do, just be careful not to get distracted. Be careful, man. Everyone wants to try everything, but you have to be careful, man. Like, what are the chances? Like, I know back in the day, like before the Squat Everyday journey, you know, a couple of my mates that played inside soccer, indoor soccer. You know, a couple of times I filled in, I'd play on the field, and I quickly realized, well, number one, like, these guys are crazy, man. They, you know, they want this shit too hard, like, it's freaking social, man. Like, guys going in the back of your dog, side swiping you, you know, they want to get the ball, and it's like, hold on a minute, man, I don't want to do my knee here. So then after, like, I did that a few times, I said, look, I'm happy to go in the goals. I'll kind of block, I'm kind of cool, with that. I did that a few times. It was kind of all right. And then eventually I said, look, enough of this, man. Like, it's going to end up in injury. Guys are charging at you, I don't know. Like, a lot of people, I call these people failed athletes. Like, I'm a failed athlete. All I ever wanted to do was be a basketball player. But not everyone makes it, obviously. 99.9% of the population don't make it. And so then we kind of like start the adult life. We start working, doing the normal thing, family, house, all that stuff. And a lot of us yearn for that competitive edge, for that competitive aspect, what sport does. And so, we join these social leagues and soccer, basketball, all this stuff, and we have so much aggression, and we go out and we take it out on each other. It's like, dude, you're not playing for the Golden State Warriors, man. You don't have to die for that ball, man. Like, why are you putting me at risk, yourself at risk, everyone at risk? This is social basketball. I know you want to play hard, you want to play hard like Draymond Green, but Draymond Green's getting fucking 15 million a year. You're getting fuck all. You're paying $10 to get into the door. So like, this is where like, we watch the sports, then we go to social basketball and we try to do that. Don't do that, man. You're going to get injured. Like, then you have to take 6 weeks off freaking work to get your knee repaired, blah, 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 blah. I just heard a friend of a friend, he did indoor soccer and busted his knee properly, man. Busted his knee properly. He's done a meniscus, he's done an ACL, he's done a LCL as well. He's blown his fucking knee out for playing soccer. It's like, fuck. I don't want to, this is why I don't play social basketball, I don't play pickup, I don't do any of that. Like, this is my competition. There's gravity, there's weight, and I handle it. And that it's safe. This is so safe. You're not going to get injured lifting weights. You're going to get injured because some other guy swipes you when you're going out for a layup. You go out for a layup and this guy's taking your feet out. That's an uncontrolled thing. Everything's controlled here. And it's safe. It's competitive as well. It's good. Oh, man. Yeah, Danny, that's it. If you do try some of these things, just start really slow. Phrase, what's up, what's up? How do you know when to PR? I don't know, man. Depends on what you're doing. If you're following a program, then you know, according to the program. If you're auto-regulating like me and just doing your thing, you'll know as well. Like, someday you'll come in and you'll feel freaking great. The bar feels like a feather. And then 60 feels great, 100 feels great. That's when you know. Warm up. You'll tell in the warm up. Some days, man, you come in and you warm up, you're like, it's today. You just know. You just know, man. I don't need any freaking scientist to tell me. I just know some days. +90-year-old lifters who just started and are going great. Wow, man. I certainly hope I can be 90 years old and do this. That's amazing. Grease the groove for the bench will put you in a plateau. Oh, anything can put you in a plateau, man. I put 20 kilos on my PR back in the day when I did Grease the Groove. When I broke my ankle, I was in a moon boot, couldn't do anything. I read Power to the People by Pavel Tsatsouline, and I thought, I gotta try this shit. So I kind of greased the groove and modified it a little bit. I did bench 3 times a day. I was sick for like 2 weeks off annually, like on sick leave. So at home, I was like 2 weeks at home, you know, morning, lunch and dinner, 20-minute session, bam, bam, bam. I did Grease the Groove. and I saw incredible gains. But I don't think you can do that year round. So it just depends. Yeah, you can do it for like a short period, but then after that you have to do something else, I think. No COVID, man. I don't have COVID. I have something. I don't know. Probably I got it from my nieces. They're like a year old. Or I got it for something from work. I don't know. But it's not COVID. So I think that's three with the bar. All right. Yeah, that's it. Oh, there's lots of people sick in hospital now. As soon as the weather changes a little bit, bang. All the asthmatics, all the people with respiratory illness, they come in. It doesn't take a lot to exacerbate their condition. Would you, would I take steroids when I'm older? This is a genuine question. I mean, what for? I mean, that's the question. Well, like, what for? You know, my dad's now 60 odd. Like, should he take steroids? I think people are getting mistaken. Like, you need to understand something, and a lot of people don't think about this. Every stage in life, this is my belief, every stage in life is a stage we should go through. That's what I think. So, my dad being 60, that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. But you say, oh, his testosterone is down. Good. For once in his life, he can think without the body, without the testosterone clouding his judgment. You know, what do we think about wise people? Why are old people wise people? Why are they wise? I think they're wise because neck down, the body is not clouding their judgment. Think about this. You're a 20-year-old. You go to school, you drive in the car, you go shopping, you come home, you watch TV, you watch social media, you go to bed. How many times throughout that day do you think about sex? Do you think about women? Do you think about cars, money, ego, mansions, la 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 la? The more time you think about sex, the more time you think about porn, the more time you think about those things, you're literally distracting yourself from the real important questions in life, the real deep stuff. What is life? What's after life? What's the point of life? What's the point of the universe? Like deep stuff. If you're thinking about tits and ass 15 times a day, you don't have time to really dwell on these important issues. So my dad being 60 is a clearer mind than me at 20. Simple as that. And so this testosterone thing that everyone tells us, yeah, you want to be a 60-year-old, that's fine. You can't have the egg. What was the saying? You can't have the cake and eat it. You know, you can't have the cake and eat it because you never forget that. You can't create nor destroy matter. It's simply trading cards. You can't be this wise old man, Marcus Aurelius, what is it, Marcus Aurelius? I've forgotten his freaking name now. Aristotle, Plato, like these guys, and then pumping iron and having traps swole out of your mind. Those two things don't mix, man. You cannot have a race car doing crazy times around the track and also have a cruiser, a beautiful, comfortable ride. What do you want to be, dude? Pick. Do you want to be a clever, wise mind? Or do you want to go punch people in the pub and rage? So when people ask me, do you want to take steroids? What for, dude? Like, what am I trying to accomplish? Be the buffest 60-year-old around? That's fantastic, dude. Like, if that rolls your confidence in the morning, dude, I've been 20, I've been 30, I've been 40. Now let's be 50, 60, and 70 and think about the world in a calm, clear mind. You know, have clear thoughts. How about that? That's a beautiful stage in life. And then when you're like 70, 80, 90, trust me, I work in nursing, I spend a lot of time with these people. There's a calmness about them. There's this patience. There's this like, I can't explain it to you, but they're so at peace. You know, with me, I'm like, oh, I gotta go home, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. I have to compete with my neighbor, I have to compete with this guy at work, I have to compete with this YouTuber, I have to get my squat to 220, 230, 240, 250, testosterone, testosterone, testosterone. It's like, I look forward to eventually one day just being like at peace. Just, and to be injecting testosterone, to taking the trend and all this stuff. I don't see the point, but the majority of social media out there will say to you, you have to be the jack that's 90-year-old. You're missing out, dude. If you're taking testosterone at 90 or 80, you're missing out. I literally think that. It's a circle. Enjoy every part of the circle. You're born and then you die, and every portion of that life is a journey. That's what I think. Now that's just my take. Might not necessarily agree with you. If you take testosterone, that's good for you. Whatever. We all want different things, but you know. Why do you want to be 20 when you're 60? Be 60. Enjoy being 60. This is it. Like, I think a lot of these guys out there find one most humble, insightful, reflective philosopher. Oh, thank you, dude. Thank you. You know, I take these questions from you guys, and I genuinely try to kind of like think this stuff through and tell you guys what I truly mean about this stuff. And you know, just because I'm on this platform doesn't mean I'm right. I'm just basically speaking my mind, what I think about these things. And honestly, like, I don't want to sound mean towards anybody, but like, I really think people are missing out when they start taking drugs. Honestly, you know, I know they probably think I'm missing out because, you know, if I was on train and all sorts of gear, this 160 would have been 250 front squat. That's great, man. Like, what for? What are the other? Okay, so I've traded in for more strength, but what have I traded out? You can't have Messi, Pele, Maradona, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Pepe, Ramos, Guardiola, Nedved. You can't have everyone in your team, man. You gotta trade somebody for somebody. You know, you can't play fantasy. You guys are trying to play fantasy out there. I want to have tip-top health and also have testosterone count of 2 billion. Right, so you want to buy a Ferrari, seat 5 people in it, full comfort, and be the fastest car in the city. Like, that is immaturity at its peak. You can't have everything, dude. You have to pick. You have to pick. Video games, you have to pick. Cars, you have to pick. When I was thinking about my car, what did I say? Okay, do I care about comfort, looks, performance, how it feels? What do I care most about? Okay, I like most performance. I love performance and handling. Tried all these different cars. And then I realized, oh shit, this car's really uncomfortable. Then I realized, okay, so handling is here, comfort is here. You can't have both. You either, I don't care if you buy a freaking C63 AMG. If it's race spec, that ain't comfortable, man. You can't have comfort. If there is soft suspension, when you turn the corner, you're gonna be doing this. You're gonna be like on a boat. That's pretty much it. So all these guys that are on social media blowing up, oh look, I'm pulling 400. That's great, dude. But when I see you pull 400, I think to myself, what is your blood pressure? What is this? What is that? I'm so happy that I can just sleep at night and not worry about taking a blood test tomorrow because my liver function test is so whack and blah, 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 blah. That's how I look at it. Because I know these guys come to ED all the time and they're like, man, I can give you 1,000 stories of these guys coming in, man. Like, you know, I sit there and I'm like, what did you do that for? You don't lift, you don't compete. You want to look tough for your girlfriend. We all know that toughness has nothing to do with size. Go watch some UFC, you realize that the guy who is generally the better fighter is the fitter guy. So go for a run if you want to be a good fighter. Not muscle. Muscle is useless, man. you know, doing this doesn't need muscle. You need technique. You need cardio to dance around and hit it. You don't need freaking traps like this to kind of, it's just such a fallacy, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could be completely on another planet, but that's what I think about that. Stay away from drugs, man. Like, it's like, you are missing out if you take drugs. You literally are. Oh, that's 4. We'll do one more and that's a nice little session right there. Oh man. Appreciate you, Ace, man. Yeah, I'm gonna try and mix it up a little bit, you know, do a bit of live streams, blah, blah, blah. I mean, the real benefit, the reason why I'm doing these live streams, as I said, is the moment I hit stop, I get in the house and it's done. YouTube takes care of everything, done. I can just forget about it. That's the beautiful thing. And I feel like I've communicated with you guys, I've made a video, I've done everything in one. It's a really cool thing. Whereas if I do the traditional video, I have to chop it up, edit it, blah, 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 do the voiceover, render it, upload it, and then hopefully find some time to communicate with you guys like this. I'm doing the lot in the same one. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And I feel like I meet you guys, you know, what you're thinking. You guys tell me what you want to talk about. And it's a cool thing. I really like live streams, man. It really suits me. So maybe one of these days, like, when I feel a little bit better, I'll do like a proper session. Like, I'll get after it a little bit. What is your best accomplishment? What do you mean, man? Like in lifting or life in general, or what do you mean by that? Yeah, it really is the best of both worlds. Life in general. Oh, Koi Min Hong. Oh, dude. Thank you for the support, dude. I'll get back to the other question. I just have to thank Koi Min Hong. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. You're an inspiration to many young men. Keep sharing your thoughts and life lessons. I think you provide a unique perspective to life that not many people on this platform talk about. I've got to go. Hey, dude, appreciate you so much for the support, for being here. It really is amazing when I get support like that from guys like you, man. So you have a good one, dude. Appreciate you. Hopefully I'll see you around again. See you, dude. The previous question is, what's my best achievement? I don't know, man. Like, automatically I'm thinking about my conversation the other day with a guy in the tea room at work. We were talking about, like, you know, me taking on more responsibilities at work, you know, climbing up the rank, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want to do that anymore. Like, before kids, I had this fire. Before starting a family, I wanted to conquer the world, let's say, like whatever the hell that means. Climb the ranks, you know, drive a Ferrari, drive a Lambo, buy a good house, like just really kind of fight that hierarchy system. But since having kids, man, like I'm so content. Like when I saw my son being born like 7 years ago, you know, I've said this to a few people, but in that moment, like such overwhelming emotions, I just remember thinking to myself, there must be a God. Literal thought that I had. So beautiful, such a spectacle to witness. You know, And since then, like, kids calm your soul, man. It's like there's angels in your life and they just calm you down. They're hard work, don't get me wrong. They're hard work, they change your life, all that stuff. But there's just this calmness about you. And I think that is my greatest accomplishment. It really is. I know everyone can do it and have kids and whatever, but it really is something special, man. Like, it really, really is something special. So, like, for me, the kids are the best thing that ever happened to me. Obviously, meeting my wife, you know, led to that. You know, out of our love, we created angels. And so for me, it's like the career, the cars, the channel, all that stuff. It does not compare. It does not compare. I mean, everyone's different stage of life and whatever, but that's me. I reckon that's it. Enough squatting for today, I think. Enough. He's 140 squat in 5 months. That's excellent, dude. Excellent. Knee sleeves when I get older. Miz, man, I like pants. You know, I think knee sleeves, number one function, what I've kind of understood from it. I used to wear a knee sleeve on my right knee when I played basketball. I had tendonitis. So I know what a knee sleeve kind of does. It just keeps you warm. The reason I wear pants, the reason why I wear pants all the time is because I want my whole leg to be warm. On my calf, on my ankle, my Achilles, my hips, my quads, my hamstrings. I just like pants. Like, you know, I get the whole knee sleeves, but why, you know, I don't want to have my cold calves, you know. Oh man. Mike Tyson said all his belts are nothing compared to his kids. There you go. Yeah, dude. I'm with him. My coach told me I put sleeves after 60 kg. It's so important, and I saw you. Wow, man, true, man. Yeah, I mean, you do you, whatever suits you, but I think pants are better than sleeves. Limit for human strength is a natural, and do you think you are close to reaching that? My strength has definitely slowed down. Definitely. Like, you know, I'm not getting stronger at the same rate that I used to when I started. You know, the first year or two, it was like, wow, wow, wow. It was like day to day, I feel stronger and stronger and stronger. Now it's a longer process. Although my life was a lot more simpler back then, all I really did was train and go to work and hang out, you know. There's more responsibilities now and things, but I'm still getting stronger, you know. I'm still working towards it. I think the biggest priority right now is to get volume and feel good, feel healthy. I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to hurt my hip. I don't want to do any of that. And right now I'm feeling amazing. And a lot of that is maturity as well, because I used to do too heavy of a weight every day. There's no point doing that. You're not getting anything from that. So what's the limit? I don't know. I mean, I'll find out eventually. But we'll see. Ivan is at 230 kg deadlift. Good for a 17-year-old. 230 for 5. Come on, man. Of course that's good, man. So that means when you're 30, you're lifting 500 easy, right? Oh, man. This is the thing, like a lot of these, there's a lot of these 16, 15, 14-year-olds doing crazy weight. And the next thought is, oh, okay, so the next thought is, okay, so by the time these people are 30, they're going to be lifting 500. It's not. It's not. It doesn't mean that at all. You know, there's lifter age and there's biological age. You know, if somebody is lifting you know, 500 pounds or 230 kilos at 15, that means they've been lifting for quite some time. That doesn't mean like they're going to be lifting 500 at 30. It's not. They're just reaching their ceiling a little bit quicker than others. Yeah, that's right. 400 kilo squat is good for 5-year-old. Yeah, it's not bad. I think that we're seeing a lot of this stuff pop out from like everywhere, like all these freaks coming out of the woodworks, squatting all this stupid weight. And it's like, that's great, man, but like, we all know what the records are. Like that 15-year-old is not gonna out squat freaking, you know, Bjornsson or freaking, you know, Hafthor or whatever. They're not doing that, right? So, you know, it's like everyone talks about, oh, 15, I'm lifting this much. Okay, so it's not a linear relationship, it's not exponential. So like, in 3 years time, you're not gonna be doing crazy stuff. That's how I view it. It's like, oh, you reached it earlier than me. That's good. Enjoy the longer plateau. That's all that means. You're just going to be plateaued for longer. But a lot of people get discouraged. It's like, oh my God, I'm 34 years old. There's a 15-year-old stronger than me. I don't know what that 15-year-old did. Those training methods are so hard to understand, man. I get 140 without training, more than 80 kilos. What's your thoughts about that? Jonathan, oh, I've got thoughts about it. I mean, I don't like it. Low bar is great for some people, but I don't like it. I prefer high bar. Oh yeah, I mean, if you're 50 and lifting that much weight, you have more potential, but it doesn't mean you're going to be a world record holder. That's how I look at it, at least. I mean, a lot of these guys, you have to understand, like a lot of these guys that are lifting that much weight, they might be 15, but they're like 120 kilos, some of these kids. Like, you know, heads like pigs, you know, like huge, huge guys. Big guys, you know, he's 15, but he's big. He's a big, big kid, man. Like, and some of these kids that are deadlifting crazy numbers, they're doing it in sumo. They're not doing it conventional, right? So, you know, there's things to it. I don't know. 80 minutes, boys. I have to go. I just realized the time. Let me call it quits here. I'm gonna get out of here. Shower, have something to eat, and get out of here. Appreciate you guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. I'll probably do one of these tomorrow again. Maybe tomorrow I can do a little bit better. I don't know. We'll see, guys. Appreciate all of you guys. There's so many of you here. It's been a pleasure, and I'm really, really enjoying these guys. Thanks for rocking up, turning up, and having a chat with me. And thanks for the support. Appreciate you guys. See ya.